to lift the trophy. Let's welcome in, shall we? Colin Udo is with us. Jules remains with us as well. Colin, not the most dramatic of finals. It's all about the penalties in the end. Did Senegal deserve it?
Oh, definitely. I think we've talked about this. They struggled in the group stages, but then, they came alive in the second round. I mean, they only scored 1 goal during the group stages, and then they scored 8, during the knockout phase. So Senegal very well deserved winners, and it would have been a travesty if Egypt had won this, because unlike Senegal, Egypt only scored 4 goals all tournament, and those 4 goals, 2 of them came in the group stages, 2 came in the quarterfinals. Outside of that, of the 4 knockout games they played, they only scored in 1. And they were obviously playing for the penalty kicks. So Senegal, very, very well deserved winners here. And I think we've got to congratulate Aliou Cisse. He was involved, like I said the other day, in the penalty miss in 2002 when they lost to Cameroon. He led them to the final at the last tournament in 2019. And now he's delivered them the trophy in 2021. So, 2022, to be clear. But I'm not sure he would have survived if they hadn't won this. So congratulations to Aliou Cisse and the rest of the Senegal team.
What would be more of a travesty, Jules? Colin's internet or Egypt winning this tournament?
That's a really good question. I'm not sure. I'm sure we can do something about Colin's internet. Now, for Egypt, they will have to wait the next African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. But when the penalty came, I think a lot of us thought, okay, this is going to be Egypt. One, because Gabaski has been incredible in goal. One of the stories of this tournament, the hero for Egypt, the guy who's not due to start, not due to play, and suddenly becomes this huge figure for their team and so important as well. And also because Egypt usually win the penalty shootout. They won 6 out of the last 8 before tonight. And when Gabaski made that save, we were like, okay, now they're back in it and they're going to win it. And he had his little on his bottle of water. He had all the post notes with all the penalty takers and everything. But I think Sadio Mane has big cojones. I think Senegal have been the best team in this whole tournament, and Edouard Mendy, the best goalkeeper in the world, is now also the King of Africa. First ever time they win this competition. Yeah. I agree with Colin, for Aliou Cisse and for an African coach, and it's rare enough. I mean, Jamel Belmadi won it with Algeria, but it's really good as well for him to have won it. And forever, this generation and this squad of players plus the staff will be remembered forever as the first people in Senegal to have brought the trophy home.
Nedum Onuoha joins us as well. Best team won, Nedum?
Yeah, I would say so. I think Egypt's are obviously great disruptors, but the fact is, even when you look at extra time, it seemed like Senegal were very much on the front foot. So I think it's right. They're ranked 20th in the world, the number 1 team on the continent. It's good to see them win it. I think to some extent, like Egypt obviously could have done it, but the fact that they scored 4 goals through 7 games, it's not necessarily the type of thing where everyone will get behind you. But like I say, I think I agree with Julien. I think the best team won it, and maybe this is the start of very significant 18 months for them with the World Cup and another African nations next year.
And when Salah's goalkeeper would say to him, give us a bit of a help here, what do you think Mo Salah's going to say? Nah, you're on your own, mate, because he's my mate at Liverpool, so even though it's an African Cup of Nations final, I'm not going to help you. You do everything to try and help. It's nothing, it's him just trying to give his goalkeeper a heads up on what he think may happen. On watching him in training and watching him in games to try and help his country win this huge tournament for them. And it's nothing more than that. And I would expect nothing less if I was playing against somebody.
Okay. And
they were doing the same to me. That's the way it goes. It wouldn't matter who it is. So if you're getting upset about this, then, man, you got to get a life.
Does it have any repercussions at Liverpool?
No, because if it was the opposite way around, Sadio Mane would be doing the same thing.
Right.
Saying, listen, here's a little bit of a help. This is what I think he might do. This is what he normally does. You got to try. You can't sit back and go, you're on your own here, matey. It's a big. When is the cup? When is the cup? But I'm not telling you where he puts this. I mean, come on. Anybody that thinks that is just absolutely bonkers.
Nedum, do you agree?
Yeah, I do agree with that, because at the end of the day, you could tell him what his tendencies are, but he still needs to save it. And even though he missed the first one, you look at the second penalty, and he's hit that so hard and so accurately into the corner. Salah could have told him to go there, but he's still not saving it. So for me, I understand why people are getting a little bit tight about it, but that's not it. And when you think about these guys that are representing their countries, there's a reason Salah was crying his eyes out when the team lost. So if that's going to be the sort of passion you have for the game, then come on. Of course, you can say to the goalkeeper, I think he's going to go this way. Because unless Salah's like a fortune teller, you know, at the end of the day, nothing was guaranteed, was it?
You know something, before we go to the lads, I would not be surprised if Mo Salah didn't actually say much.
Right.
The mere fact that Sadio Mane thought that he was talking to his goalkeeper.
They're not making dinner plans, are they? What are they talking about?
No, what I'm saying is like, straight away, he's in Mane's head. So he's now second-guessing himself about what he may or may not have said. If anything, I think it was a game of bluff. It was a game of chess. As Nedum said, he could have told him anything and Mane could have went a different way. The very fact he did it and Mane was over getting involved in it, suggesting that it was
getting into his head.
It was more of a psychological thing than telling the goalkeeper which way to dive.
Here we go then, fingers crossed. Last word with Colin.
It'll work.
Here we go. What's the bell ringing? Last orders, everyone.
That's the pizza coming.
What was that? I didn't get that.
Colin, how would you sum up the tournament?
Oh, I think it's been amazing, especially when you consider, everything that's gone on before with COVID, organization, preparedness, the stampede, everything that's going on. I think in the end, it's been a fantastic tournament. It's been a great advertisement for African football. And I think Cameroon and CAF should be proud of this tournament. There are things that could get better, but I think that overall, this has been great.
Colin,
Thank you. Go answer the phone. Go and answer the phone.
Is that room service? Colin, is that room service?
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.